Do you want to successfully complete the D334 Objective Assessment exam? Then you are in the right place. Our website provides a list of questions and answers for your success in the D334 OA exam for free. We understand that acing your OA exam can be quite challenging. That's why we provide completely free exam guides and practice questions for you. In this video, we will cover questions from cipher methods, encryption standards, cryptographic attacks, key management, and hash functions. So let's get started. 1. Which cryptographic method is based on the difficulty of factoring large prime numbers? A. AES, B. RSA, C. ECC, D. Blowfish. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. RSA. Explanation: option B is correct because RSA encryption security is based on the mathematical difficulty of factoring large numbers into their two original prime numbers. This computational challenge makes the encryption secure. Option A is incorrect because AES is a symmetric encryption standard that uses a series of substitution and permutation steps, not the factoring of prime numbers. Option C is incorrect because elliptic curve cryptography security comes from the difficulty of solving the elliptic curve discrete logarithm problem. Option D is incorrect because Blowfish is a symmetric key block cipher that uses a different set of complex operations, not based on factoring large numbers. 2. Which cipher uses a 5x5 matrix to encrypt and decrypt messages? A. Playfair, B. Caesar, C. Vigenère, D. Railfence. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, A. Playfair. Explanation: option A is correct because the Playfair cipher uses a 5x5 grid of letters to encrypt pairs of letters from a message based on their positions within the grid. Option B is incorrect because the Caesar cipher is a simple substitution cipher that shifts each letter of the alphabet by a fixed number of places. Option C is incorrect because the Vigenère cipher uses a keyword and a tabular rector to perform multiple Caesar-like shifts. Option D is incorrect because the Railfence cipher is a transposition cipher that scrambles the order of letters by writing them in a zigzag pattern. 3. What is a primary characteristic of a stream cipher? A. It encrypts data in fixed-size blocks. B. It encrypts data 1 bit or byte at a time. C. It always requires padding. D. It can only be used for asymmetric encryption. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. It encrypts data 1 bit or byte at a time. Explanation: option B is correct because a stream cipher encrypts data sequentially, 1 bit or byte at a time. This makes it suitable for continuous data flows, such as in live streaming. Option A is incorrect because encrypting data in fixed-size chunks is the defining characteristic of a block cipher. Option C is incorrect because padding, the process of adding extra data to meet a block size, is a requirement for block ciphers, not stream ciphers. Option D is incorrect because stream ciphers are a form of symmetric encryption, where the same key is used for both encryption and decryption. 4. Which of the following block cipher modes is the most vulnerable to attacks due to the lack of initialization vectors? A. ECB, B. CBC, C. OFB, D. CTR. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. ECB. Explanation: option A is correct because electronic codebook mode encrypts each block independently with the same key. This means identical plaintext blocks result in identical ciphertext blocks, creating patterns that can be exploited by attackers. It does not use an initialization vector to introduce randomness. Option B is incorrect because cipher block chaining mode uses an IV and links each block to the previous one, which hides patterns more effectively. Option C is incorrect because output feedback mode also uses an IV and functions more like a stream cipher, avoiding the pattern issues found in ECB. Option D is incorrect because counter mode uses a unique counter for each block, ensuring that even identical plaintext blocks produce different ciphertext. 5. Which encryption method is used in WPA2 to secure Wi-Fi networks? A. DS, B. AS, C. RSA, D. Blowfish. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. AS. Explanation: Option B is correct because WPA2 uses the Advanced Encryption Standard to secure wireless communications. AES is a trusted and robust encryption standard used worldwide. Option A is incorrect because DES is an older algorithm now considered insecure due to its small key size. Option C is incorrect because RSA is an asymmetric algorithm used for key exchange and digital signatures, not for encrypting the continuous flow of Wi-Fi data. Option D is incorrect because although Blowfish is a strong cipher, AES was officially chosen as the standard for WPA2. 6. Which of the following describes a brute force attack? A. An attacker tries to guess the encryption key by testing all possible combinations. B. An attacker uses frequency analysis to deduce the encryption key. C. An attacker manipulates the encryption algorithm to bypass security. D. An attacker obtains the plaintext and ciphertext to reverse engineer the key. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. A. An attacker tries to guess the encryption key by testing all possible combinations. Explanation: Option A is correct because a brute force attack is a straightforward method where an attacker systematically tries every possible key or password combination until the correct one is found. Option B is incorrect because using letter frequency to find a key is known as frequency analysis, a more analytical technique. Option C is incorrect because manipulating the algorithm itself is an attack on the cipher's implementation or design, not a brute force attack. Option D is incorrect because using known plaintext and ciphertext to find the key is a known plaintext attack, which is more informed than a brute force attempt. 7. Which cryptographic technique allows mathematical operations to be performed on encrypted data without decrypting it first? A. Symmetric encryption. B. Homomorphic encryption. C. Elliptic curve cryptography. D. Hashing. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. Homomorphic encryption. Explanation: Option B is correct, because homomorphic encryption is an advanced form of encryption that allows computation to be performed directly on encrypted data. When the result is decrypted, it matches the result of the operations as if they had been performed on the original plaintext. Option A is incorrect because standard symmetric encryption requires data to be decrypted before any meaningful mathematical operations can be performed. Option C is incorrect because elliptic curve cryptography is a public key technique used for key exchange and digital signatures, which does not inherently allow for operations on encrypted data. Option D is incorrect because hashing creates a one-way fixed-size fingerprint of data. You cannot perform mathematical operations on a hash to reflect operations on the original data. 8. Which of the following hash algorithms produces a 160-bit output? A. MD5, B. SHA-1, C. SHA-256, D. AES. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. SHA-1. Explanation: option B is correct because SHA-1 is a hashing function that processes an input to produce a 160-bit hash value. While now considered insecure for most cryptographic uses, its defined output size is 160 bits. Option A is incorrect because MD5 produces a 128-bit hash value. Option C is incorrect because SHA-256 produces a 256-bit hash value. Option D is incorrect because AES is a block cipher for encryption, not a hash algorithm. 9. What is the primary advantage of elliptic curve cryptography over RSA? A. It is easier to implement. B. It uses smaller keys for the same level of security. C. It is more secure than RSA. D. It does not require a public key infrastructure. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. It uses smaller keys for the same level of security. Explanation: option B is correct because the main benefit of ECC is its ability to provide the same level of security as RSA with much smaller key sizes. This leads to faster computations and reduced storage and bandwidth requirements, which is highly beneficial for mobile devices and other systems with limited resources. Option A is incorrect because the underlying mathematics of ECC can be more complex to implement correctly than RSA. Option C is incorrect because at equivalent key strengths, both ECC and RSA offer comparable security. EC's advantage is efficiency, not superior security. Option D is incorrect because ECC is a public key cryptography system that, like RSA, typically relies on a public key infrastructure to manage public keys. 10. Which cipher is known for shifting each letter in the plaintext by a fixed number of positions in the alphabet? A. Playfair, B. Caesar, C. Vigenère, D. Railfence. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Caesar. Explanation: option B is correct because the Caesar cipher is a simple substitution cipher that replaces each letter in the plaintext with a letter, a fixed number of positions down the alphabet. Option A is incorrect because the Playfair cipher uses a 5x5 grid to encrypt pairs of letters. Option C is incorrect because the Vigenère cipher uses a keyword to apply a series of different Caesar-like shifts to the letters of a message. Option D is incorrect because the Railfence cipher rearranges the order of the letters rather than substituting them. 11. Which of the following is an example of a block cipher? A. AES BRC4, C. CHA-20, D. one-time pad. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. AES. Explanation: option A is correct because AES is a block cipher, which means it encrypts data in fixed-size blocks of 128 bits. Option B is incorrect because RC4 is a stream cipher, which encrypts data bit by bit or byte by byte. Option C is incorrect because CHA-20 is also a stream cipher designed for fast and secure encryption of continuous data streams. Option D is incorrect because a one-time pad is a unique cipher that combines a message with a key of the same length and is conceptually closer to a stream cipher. 12. Which of the following encryption modes is best suited for high-performance parallel processing of encrypted blocks? A. ECB, B. CBC, C. CTR, D. CFB. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. CTR. Explanation: option C is correct because counter mode allows each block of data to be encrypted or decrypted independently of the others. This independence enables parallel processing, where multiple processors can work on different blocks simultaneously, significantly speeding up the process. Option A is incorrect because while electronic codebook mode also allows for parallel processing, it is highly insecure due to pattern repetition. Option B is incorrect because cipher block chaining mode creates a dependency between blocks, where each block's encryption depends on the previous one, preventing parallel encryption. Option D is incorrect because cipher feedback mode also has dependencies between blocks that make it less suitable for parallel processing than CTR mode. 13. Which of the following is a public key encryption algorithm? A. AES, B. DS, C. RSA, D. RC5. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. RSA. Explanation: option C is correct because RSA is an asymmetric encryption algorithm, also known as public key encryption. It uses a pair of keys, a public key for encryption and a private key for decryption. Option A is incorrect because AES is a symmetric key algorithm, using the same key for both encryption and decryption. Option B is incorrect because DS is also a symmetric key algorithm. Option D is incorrect because RC5 is another symmetric key algorithm. 14. Which of the following encryption techniques uses the same key for both encryption and decryption? A. RSA, B. AS, C. ECC, D. Diffie-Hellman. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. AS. Explanation: option B is correct because AES is a symmetric encryption algorithm. This means it uses a single secret key for both the encryption and decryption processes. Option A is incorrect because RSA is asymmetric and uses a public key to encrypt and a separate private key to decrypt. Option C is incorrect because elliptic curve cryptography is also an asymmetric technique that uses a public-private key pair. Option D is incorrect because Diffie-Hellman is a key exchange protocol used to securely establish a shared secret key, which would then be used with a symmetric cipher like AES. 15. What is the main vulnerability of using ECB mode for block encryption? A. It requires an initialization vector for each block. B. Identical plaintext blocks produce identical ciphertext blocks. C. It does not support parallel processing. D. It can only encrypt small amounts of data. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Identical plaintext blocks produce identical ciphertext blocks. Explanation: option B is correct because the most significant flaw in electronic codebook mode is that it encrypts identical plaintext blocks into identical ciphertext blocks. This creates patterns that can reveal information about the original message, especially in data with repetitive structures like images or formatted text. Option A is incorrect because ECB mode's weakness stems from the fact that it does not use an initialization vector. Option C is incorrect because ECB mode does support parallel processing, as each block is encrypted independently. Option D is incorrect because ECB can encrypt any amount of data, but its vulnerability becomes more apparent with larger datasets, where patterns are more likely to occur. 16. What is the primary function of a certificate authority in public key infrastructure? A. To issue and manage digital certificates. B. To store public and private keys. C. To generate symmetric encryption keys. D. To perform hashing operations. Do you know the answer? Correct answer: A. To issue and manage digital certificates. Explanation: Option A is correct because a certificate authority acts as a trusted third party whose main role is to issue and manage digital certificates. These certificates bind a public key to a verified identity, ensuring the authenticity of the key's owner. Option B is incorrect because individuals are responsible for storing their own private keys securely. A CA should never have access to private keys. Option C is incorrect because CAs work with asymmetric keys, not symmetric keys. Option D is incorrect because while CAs use hashing to create digital signatures on certificates, their primary role is the issuance and management of these certificates themselves. 17. Which type of cryptographic attack involves capturing and reusing a valid transmission at a later time? A. Replay attack. B. Man-in-the-middle attack. C. Chosen ciphertext attack. D. Brute force attack. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer: A. Replay attack. Explanation: Option A is correct because in a replay attack, an attacker intercepts a valid data transmission and sends it again later to trick the recipient into thinking it is a legitimate new message, potentially to gain unauthorized access or repeat a transaction. Option B is incorrect because a man-in-the-middle attack involves an attacker actively intercepting and potentially altering communications between two parties in real time. Option C is incorrect because a chosen ciphertext attack involves an attacker tricking a system into decrypting chosen pieces of ciphertext to gain information about the secret key. Option D is incorrect because a brute force attack involves trying all possible key combinations to decrypt a message. 18. Which of the following describes the use of a one-time pad in encryption? A. The same key is used for multiple messages. B. A different key is used for each message, and it is only used once. C. It involves a simple substitution cipher. D. It uses a fixed block size for encryption. Do you know the answer? Correct answer: B. A different key is used for each message, and it is only used once. Explanation: Option B is correct because a one-time pad, when used correctly, provides perfect secrecy. Its rules require a secret key that is truly random, at least as long as the message, and used only one time for a single message. Option A is incorrect because reusing a one-time pad key is a critical security flaw that completely undermines its effectiveness. Option C is incorrect because while an OTP combines the message with a key, its perfect security comes from the random, single-use key, making it far stronger than a simple substitution cipher. Option D is incorrect because a one-time pad operates on the message character by character or bit by bit, not in fixed blocks. 19. Which type of encryption algorithm is based on the difficulty of solving discrete logarithms? A. RSA. B. AS. C. ECC. D. Diffie-Hellman. Do you know the answer? Correct answer: D. Diffie-Hellman. Explanation: Option D is correct because the security of the Diffie-Hellman key exchange protocol is based on the difficulty of the discrete logarithm problem in modular arithmetic. This allows two parties to establish a shared secret over an insecure channel. Option A is incorrect because RSA security is based on the difficulty of factoring large prime numbers. Option B is incorrect because AES is a symmetric cipher whose security relies on its complex substitution permutation network. Option C is incorrect because elliptic curve cryptography security is based on the difficulty of the elliptic curve discrete logarithm problem, a distinct but related problem. 20. Which hashing method produces a 256-bit output? A. MD5, B. SHA-1, C. ESHA-256, D. AES. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, C. SHA-256. Explanation: option C is correct because SHA-256 is designed to take any input and produce a fixed size output, or hash, that is exactly 256 bits long. Option A is incorrect because MD5 produces a 128-bit hash. Option B is incorrect because SHA-1 produces a 160-bit hash. Option D is incorrect because AES is an encryption algorithm, not a hashing method. 21. What is the primary function of salting and password hashing? A. To increase the key size used in encryption. B. To add random data to the password before hashing. C. To replace hashing algorithms with encryption. D. To ensure that the hash function produces the same output each time. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. To add random data to the password before hashing. Explanation: option B is correct because salting involves adding a unique random string of data to each password before it is hashed. This ensures that even if two users have the same password, their stored hashes will be different, which defends against rainbow table attacks. Option A is incorrect because salting is a technique for hashing, not encryption, and does not alter an encryption algorithm's key size. Option C is incorrect because salting is a technique used to strengthen password hashing, not replace it. Option D is incorrect because salting is designed to do the opposite. It ensures that identical passwords produce different hashes by adding a unique salt to each one. 22. Which of the following protocols is used to establish a secure communication tunnel using symmetric encryption? A. IPsec, B. TLS, C. SSL, D. All of the above. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, D. All of the above. Explanation: option D is correct because all three protocols, IPsec, TLS, and its predecessor SSL, are designed to create secure communication tunnels. They typically use asymmetric encryption for an initial handshake to securely exchange a secret key, and then use that key with fast symmetric encryption to protect the bulk of the data transmitted within the tunnel. Option A is correct as IPsec uses symmetric encryption to protect data packets. Option B is correct as TLS also uses symmetric encryption for securing data after the initial handshake. Option C is correct as SSL, the predecessor to TLS, operated on the same principles. 23. What is the block size of the AES encryption algorithm? A. 64 bits. B. 128 bits. C. 192 bits. D. 256 bits. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. 128 bits. Explanation: option B is correct because the advanced encryption standard algorithm always operates on fixed-size data blocks of 128 bits. While the key size can vary, the block size remains constant at 128 bits. Option A is incorrect because 64 bits was the block size for older ciphers like DS. Option C is incorrect because 192 bits is a possible key size for AES, not its block size. Option D is incorrect because 256 bits is also a possible key size for AES, not its block size. 24. Which encryption algorithm is primarily used for securing digital signatures? A. AES, B. DES, C. RSA, D. RC4. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. RSA. Explanation: option C is correct because RSA's asymmetric nature makes it ideal for creating digital signatures. A sender can sign a message by encrypting a hash of it with their private key. Anyone with the sender's public key can then decrypt the signature to verify the sender's identity and that the message has not been altered. Option A is incorrect because AES is a symmetric algorithm and is not used to create digital signatures in this manner. Option B is incorrect because DS is an outdated symmetric algorithm unsuitable for digital signatures. Option D is incorrect because RC4 is a symmetric stream cipher and is not used for digital signatures. 25. What is the role of a trusted platform module in cryptographic systems? A. To store digital certificates. B. To generate and store cryptographic keys securely. C. To perform hashing operations. D. To encrypt individual files on the system. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. To generate and store cryptographic keys securely. Explanation: option B is correct because a trusted platform module is a secure hardware chip designed to perform cryptographic operations. Its primary role is to securely generate and store cryptographic keys, preventing them from being accessed by malware or unauthorized software. Option A is incorrect because while a TPM protects the private key associated with a certificate, the public certificate itself is typically managed by the operating system. Option C is incorrect because while a TPM can perform hashing, its main purpose is secure key management and cryptographic processing. Option D is incorrect because system software performs the actual file encryption, while the TPM's role is to protect the encryption keys. 26. Which of the following best describes a man-in-the-middle attack? A. The attacker encrypts communications between two parties. B. The attacker intercepts and alters communications between two parties. C. The attacker uses brute force techniques to crack encrypted communications. D. The attacker generates random keys to encrypt intercepted data. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. The attacker intercepts and alters communications between two parties. Explanation: option B is correct because in a man-in-the-middle attack, the attacker secretly places themselves between two communicating parties. This allows the attacker to intercept, read, and even modify messages without either of the legitimate parties knowing. Option A is incorrect because the attacker's goal is typically to read or alter messages, which may involve decrypting and re-encrypting them, not just adding encryption. Option C is incorrect because using brute force is a method for breaking encryption, not a description of the MITM attack structure itself. Option D is incorrect because an MITM attacker typically manipulates the keys being exchanged by the two parties to gain control rather than just using random keys. 27. Which encryption technique is commonly used in blockchain technologies? A. AES, B. RSA, C. Elliptic curve cryptography, D. DIS. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. Elliptic curve cryptography. Explanation, option C is correct because elliptic curve cryptography is widely used in blockchains like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Its efficiency in creating digital signatures with smaller keys makes it ideal for securing the vast number of transactions and verifying ownership of assets. Option A is incorrect because AES is a symmetric cipher used for encrypting data, not for the digital signatures that are fundamental to blockchain operations. Option B is incorrect because while RSA can create digital signatures, ECC is generally preferred in blockchain implementations for its efficiency. Option D is incorrect because DAS is an outdated and insecure symmetric cipher. 28. Which of the following is a characteristic of a hash function? A. It is reversible. B. It produces a fixed length output. C. It uses a private key. D. It requires padding for encryption. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. It produces a fixed length output. Explanation. Option B is correct because a fundamental property of a cryptographic hash function is that it takes an input of any length and always produces an output of a fixed, predictable length. Option A is incorrect because hash functions are designed to be one-way. It should be computationally infeasible to reverse the process and find the original input from its hash. Option C is incorrect because basic hash functions are keyless. While some related functions like hmax use keys, the hash function itself does not. Option D is incorrect because hashing is not encryption. While the hashing process may involve internal padding, this is different from the padding used in block ciphers. 29. Which of the following describes a chosen ciphertext attack? A. The attacker intercepts encrypted data and attempts to decrypt it without knowing the key. B. The attacker selects ciphertext to be decrypted and obtains the corresponding plaintext. C. The attacker performs brute force attempts to decrypt ciphertext. D. The attacker uses frequency analysis to determine the encryption key. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. The attacker selects ciphertext to be decrypted and obtains the corresponding plaintext. Explanation. Option B is correct because in a chosen ciphertext attack, the attacker gains the ability to choose arbitrary ciphertexts and obtain their decryptions. By analysing these pairs, the attacker attempts to extract information that can lead to discovering the secret key. Option A is incorrect as this is a general description of a ciphertext-only attack. Option C is incorrect as this describes a brute force attack. Option D is incorrect as this describes frequency analysis. 30. Which of the following block cipher modes allows for independent encryption of blocks, facilitating parallel processing? A. ECB, B. CBC, C. CTR, D. OFB. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, C. CTR. Explanation. Option C is correct because counter mode encrypts each block independently by combining it with an encrypted counter value. Since the encryption of one block does not depend on any other, multiple blocks can be processed in parallel, which significantly improves performance. Option A is incorrect because while electronic codebook mode also allows for parallel processing, it is fundamentally insecure. Option B is incorrect because cipher block chaining creates a dependency from one block to the next, preventing parallel encryption. Option D is incorrect because in output feedback mode, the generation of the key stream is sequential, making it unsuitable for parallel processing. 31. Which encryption technique uses a substitution permutation network? A. RSA, B. AES, C. D Blowfish. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. AS. Explanation: option B is correct because AES is a classic example of a cipher built on a substitution permutation network. In each round, it substitutes bytes using a lookup table and then permutes the bytes by shuffling their order. Option A is incorrect because RSA is an asymmetric cipher based on number theory, not an SPN. Option C is incorrect because DS uses a different structure known as a Feistel network. Option D is incorrect because Blowfish also uses a Feistel network structure. 32. Which of the following types of attacks is specifically aimed at discovering weaknesses in the key generation process of encryption algorithms? A. Known plaintext attack. B. Key exhaustion attack. C. Key exchange attack. D. Timing attack. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. Key exhaustion attack. Explanation: option B is correct because a key exhaustion attack, or brute force key search, systematically checks all possible keys. This attack becomes more effective if there are weaknesses in the key generation process that produce predictable or non-random keys, as this reduces the total number of keys an attacker needs to test. Option A is incorrect because a known plaintext attack uses known plaintext ciphertext pairs to find a key. Option C is incorrect because a key exchange attack targets the protocol used to establish a shared key. Option D is incorrect because a timing attack is a side-channel attack that uses the time taken for cryptographic operations to deduce key information. 33. What is the primary benefit of using elliptic curve cryptography over traditional methods like RSA? A. It provides more secure digital certificates. B. It requires larger key sizes for greater security. C. It offers equivalent security with smaller key sizes. D. It is more commonly supported by legacy systems. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, C. It offers equivalent security with smaller key sizes. Explanation: option C is correct, because the main advantage of ECC is that it provides the same level of security as algorithms like RSA but with much smaller keys. Smaller keys result in faster performance, lower power consumption, and less data to transmit, making ECC highly efficient. Option A is incorrect because the security of a certificate depends on the cryptographic strength and the CA's trustworthiness. Option B is incorrect because ECC's benefit is achieving security with smaller keys, not larger ones. Option D is incorrect because RSA has been around longer and is more likely to be supported by older, legacy systems. 34. Which encryption algorithm is based on the difficulty of factorizing the product of two large prime numbers? A. AES, B. DES, C. RSA, D. ECC. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. RSA. Explanation: option C is correct because the security of the RSA algorithm is fundamentally based on the computational difficulty of the integer factorization problem, specifically finding the two large prime numbers that were multiplied together to create a given large number. Option A is incorrect because AES is a symmetric cipher based on substitution and permutation operations. Option B is incorrect because DES is an older symmetric cipher based on a Feistel network structure. Option D is incorrect because ECC's security is based on the difficulty of the elliptic curve discrete logarithm problem. 35. What is the purpose of a digital signature in cryptography? A. To encrypt data for secure transmission. B. To verify the identity of the sender and ensure data integrity. C. To establish a secure communication channel. D. To generate cryptographic keys. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. To verify the identity of the sender and ensure data integrity. Explanation. Option B is correct because a digital signature serves two main purposes: authenticity, by confirming the identity of the sender, and integrity, by ensuring the data has not been altered since it was signed. Option A is incorrect because the primary goal of a digital signature is not to encrypt the message for confidentiality, but to validate it. Option C is incorrect because while digital signatures are used within protocols that establish secure channels, the signature itself is for authentication and integrity, not the channel itself. Option D is incorrect because key generation is a separate cryptographic process. 36. Which of the following protocols is used for secure key exchange in asymmetric cryptography? A. AS, B. RSA, C. Diffie-Hellman, D. DES. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, C. Diffie-Hellman. Explanation. Option C is correct because the Diffie-Hellman protocol is a method that allows two parties to jointly establish a shared secret key over an insecure communication channel. This shared key can then be used for symmetric encryption. Option A is incorrect because AES is a symmetric encryption algorithm that requires a shared key to already exist. Option B is incorrect because while RSA can be used to encrypt and exchange a secret key, Diffie-Hellman is specifically a key agreement protocol. Option D is incorrect because DES is an outdated symmetric encryption algorithm. 37. What is the primary weakness of using the electronic codebook encryption mode? A. It requires too much computational power. B. It encrypts identical plaintext blocks into identical ciphertext blocks. C. It does not support parallel processing. D. It is only suitable for small amounts of data. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. It encrypts identical plaintext blocks into identical ciphertext blocks. Explanation. Option B is correct because the major flaw in ECB mode is that it lacks randomness. Any identical blocks of plaintext are encrypted into identical blocks of ciphertext, which creates patterns that can be easily spotted and analysed by an attacker. Option A is incorrect because ECB is computationally one of the least demanding modes of operation. Option C is incorrect because ECB does support parallel processing since each block is handled independently. Option D is incorrect because ECB's weakness becomes more, not less, pronounced with larger amounts of data, where patterns are more likely to repeat. 38. Which of the following is a symmetric block cipher that supports variable key sizes and is optimized for software implementation? A. AS, B. RSA, C. SPEC, D. Blowfish. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. SPEC. Explanation. Option C is correct because SPEC is a family of lightweight, symmetric block ciphers known for its high efficiency in software implementations. It is flexible, supporting a variety of block and key sizes. Option A is incorrect because while AES supports variable key sizes and is efficient, SPEC is specifically designed to be lightweight and highly optimized for software. Option B is incorrect because RSA is an asymmetric, not symmetric cipher. Option D is incorrect because while Blowfish is a fast symmetric cipher with variable key sizes, SPEC is a more modern cipher, noted specifically for its exceptional software performance. 39. Which cryptographic concept ensures that a message cannot be modified without detection? A. Confidentiality. B. Non-repudiation. C. Integrity. D. Authenticity. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. Integrity. Explanation: option C is correct because integrity is the cryptographic guarantee that data has not been altered or tampered with in transit. Techniques like hash functions and digital signatures are used to ensure that if a message is modified, the change will be detected. Option A is incorrect because confidentiality is about keeping information secret, typically achieved through encryption. Option B is incorrect because non-repudiation prevents a sender from denying that they sent a message. Option D is incorrect because authenticity is the process of verifying that the sender is who they claim to be. 40. Which type of cipher involves replacing each letter in the plaintext with another letter, but keeping the order of the letters unchanged? A. Transposition cipher. B. Stream cipher. C. Substitution cipher. D. Block cipher. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, C. Substitution cipher. Explanation: option C is correct because a substitution cipher works by systematically replacing units of plaintext with other letters or symbols. The original order of the units is preserved. Option A is incorrect because a transposition cipher rearranges the order of the letters but does not change the letters themselves. Option B is incorrect because a stream cipher describes a method of processing data, not the specific cryptographic operation. Option D is incorrect because a block cipher describes a method of processing data, not the specific cryptographic operation. 41. Which of the following describes a chosen plaintext attack? A. The attacker encrypts chosen plaintext and compares it with the ciphertext. B. The attacker chooses specific ciphertext to decrypt and analyze. C. The attacker intercepts communications and attempts to decrypt them. D. The attacker uses brute force attempts to guess the encryption key. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. The attacker encrypts chosen plaintext and compares it with the ciphertext. Explanation: option A is correct, because in a chosen plaintext attack, the attacker has the ability to choose arbitrary plaintexts to be encrypted and then obtain the corresponding ciphertexts. By analysing these plaintext-ciphertext pairs, the attacker attempts to deduce the secret key. Option B is incorrect because choosing ciphertext to be decrypted describes a chosen ciphertext attack. Option C is incorrect because simply intercepting and trying to decrypt data is a ciphertext-only attack. Option D is incorrect because trying every possible key is a brute force attack. 42. Which encryption algorithm is commonly used for securing email communications using digital signatures? A. AS. B. RSA. C. Blowfish. D. CHA-20. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. RSA. Explanation: option B is correct because RSA is essential for creating the digital signatures used in secure email standards like SMIME and PGP. A user signs an email by encrypting a hash of the content with their private RSA key, allowing recipients to verify the signature with the public key. Option A is incorrect because AES is a symmetric cipher used for encrypting the email content itself, but RSA is used for the digital signature. Option C is incorrect because Blowfish is a symmetric cipher not used for digital signatures. Option D is incorrect because CHA-20 is a symmetric stream cipher not used for digital signatures. 43. What's the main advantage of stream ciphers over block ciphers? A. Stream ciphers are more secure than block ciphers. B. Stream ciphers are faster and better suited for real-time data transmission. C. Stream ciphers use smaller keys than block ciphers. D. Stream ciphers can encrypt larger blocks of data at once. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer: B. Stream ciphers are faster and better suited for real-time data transmission. Explanation: option B is correct because stream ciphers encrypt data 1 unit at a time, which typically results in lower latency and less overhead. This makes them ideal for applications that require real-time data processing, such as live audio and video streaming. Option A is incorrect because the security of a cipher is determined by its design and key length, not whether it is a stream or block cipher. Both types have secure implementations. Option C is incorrect because key sizes are independent of whether a cipher is a stream or block cipher. Both can use keys of various lengths. Option D is incorrect because stream ciphers do not operate on blocks. That is the function of a block cipher. 44. Which of the following describes a rainbow table attack? A. An attack that uses frequency analysis to determine the key. B. An attack that pre-computes possible hash values to crack passwords. C. An attack that intercepts encrypted data to decrypt it. D. An attack that reuses previously captured data to gain access. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer: B. An attack that pre-computes possible hash values to crack passwords. Explanation: option B is correct because a rainbow table is a large, pre-computed lookup table of passwords and their corresponding hash values. Attackers use these tables to quickly find the original password for a stolen hash, which is much faster than attempting a brute force attack. Option A is incorrect because using letter patterns to find a key is frequency analysis. Option C is incorrect as this is a general description of cryptanalysis. Option D is incorrect as this describes a replay attack. 45. Which of the following encryption algorithms is a symmetric block cipher? A. AES, B. RSA, C. ECC, D. DSA. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer: A. AES. Explanation: option A is correct because AES is a symmetric cipher and a block cipher. Option B is incorrect because RSA is an asymmetric cipher. Option C is incorrect because ECC is a form of asymmetric cryptography. Option D is incorrect because DSA is an asymmetric algorithm used for digital signatures, not symmetric encryption. 46. What is the primary characteristic of a block cipher? A. It encrypts data 1 bit at a time. B. It encrypts data in fixed size blocks. C. It uses only public keys for encryption. D. It is always slower than stream ciphers. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. It encrypts data in fixed size blocks. Explanation. Option B is correct because the defining feature of a block cipher is that it divides plain text into chunks of a fixed size, known as blocks, and encrypts each block individually. Option A is incorrect because encrypting data one bit at a time is the characteristic of a stream cipher. Option C is incorrect because this describes asymmetric encryption, whereas many block ciphers are symmetric. Option D is incorrect because while stream ciphers are often faster, this is a general tendency and not a defining characteristic of a block cipher. 47. Which type of attack aims to discover patterns between ciphertext and plaintext pairs? A. Differential cryptanalysis. B. Chosen ciphertext attack. C. Timing attack. D. Replay attack. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, A. Differential cryptanalysis. Explanation. Option A is correct because differential cryptanalysis is a method that examines how differences in plaintext inputs affect the resulting differences in their ciphertext outputs. By studying these differences, an attacker can identify non-random behavior in the cipher and potentially deduce the key. Option B is incorrect because a chosen ciphertext attack involves tricking a system into decrypting selected ciphertexts. Option C is incorrect because a timing attack is a side-channel attack that measures the time taken for cryptographic computations. Option D is incorrect because a replay attack involves resending valid, previously captured data. 48. What is the key length of the AES 256 encryption algorithm? A. 128 bits. B. 192 bits. C. 256 bits. D. 512 bits. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. 256 bits. Explanation. Option C is correct because the number in AES 256 explicitly refers to its key length, which is 256 bits. A longer key provides a higher level of security by creating a much larger number of possible keys for an attacker to check. Option A is incorrect because 128 bits is the key length for AES 128 and is also the block size for all AES variants. Option B is incorrect because 192 bits is the key length for AES 192. Option D is incorrect because 512 bits is not a standard key length for the AES algorithm. 49. Which of the following best describes a certificate revocation list? A. A list of certificates that have been revoked by the issuing certificate authority. B. A list of public keys for verifying digital signatures. C. A method for validating a digital certificate's authenticity. D. A protocol for encrypting certificates during transmission. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. A list of certificates that have been revoked by the issuing certificate authority. Explanation. Option A is correct because a certificate revocation list is a list maintained by a certificate authority that contains the serial numbers of digital certificates that have been revoked and are no longer considered valid, even if they have not expired. Option B is incorrect because while certificates contain public keys, a CRL is specifically a list of invalid certificates. Option C is incorrect because validating a certificate involves checking its signature and trust chain. Checking a CRL is just one part of verifying its current validity. Option D is incorrect because CRLs are public information and are not themselves encrypted. 50. Which of the following describes a timing attack? A. An attack that measures the time taken to perform cryptographic operations. B. An attack that intercepts encrypted communications to decrypt them. C. An attack that reuses previously captured data to gain access. D. An attack that pre-computes possible hash values to crack passwords. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. An attack that measures the time taken to perform cryptographic operations. Explanation. Option A is correct because a timing attack is a side-channel attack where the attacker analyzes the time it takes for a device to perform cryptographic operations. Variations in computation time can sometimes leak information about the secret key being used, allowing the attacker to gradually reconstruct it. Option B is incorrect as this is a general description of cryptanalysis. Option C is incorrect as this describes a replay attack. Option D is incorrect as this describes a rainbow table attack. You have reached the end of our first question set. For the free complete exam preparation, visit our website link in the description, where you find thousands more practice questions and comprehensive study guides. Thanks for studying with us today. See you in the next video.